shared a cherry cola and a two. Danced all night beneath the moon. Sweet summer days ended too soon. Cruising down Main Street in your car, radio playing dreams from afar. Hand in hand at the old drive-in, life was gold, let's live it again. Oh, those sweet summer days, dreaming in the sunlight rays, heartbeats in our old school ways. Take me back to those sweet summer days. Oh, those sweet summer days. Picnic blankets by the lake blue, whispered secrets like lovers do, chasing fireflies in the park light, rumors of love in the starlight. I hopscotch on the sidewalks bright, days turned into endless nights. Jukebox tunes and dance hall flair, let's ride the breeze without a care. Oh, those sweet summer days.
Poodle skirts and bobby socks we wore every day. Neon lights on soda shops where we'd sip and sway. Drove our Chevys to the levee like it was a parade. Rock and roll on the jukebox where dreams were made. Dancing under moonlight to every twist and shout. Radio tunes on the breeze without a doubt. Hand in hand we strolled beside those city lights. Whispers of sweet nothings turned into our nights. Under moonlight glow, dreams were high, hearts aglow. Jukebox played our favorite tune, dancing close under the June moon. Poodle skirts and ponytails, letters sent through old school mails, drive-in screens with stars above, summer nights, young hearts in love. Golden memories take me back to the times when the world didn't lack. Simpler days when life was free. Golden memories come to me. Long night under shimmering lights, first kiss made the world feel right. Hands held tight in a diner booth, soda pop, a taste of youth. Leaning on the old car. Remember when jukeboxes were the kings, cotton candy clouds and diamond rings. We'd dance in the diner till the night would end. Good old days, I wish they'd never been. Caddies cruising down the Main Street lane, poodle skirts swirl like summer rain. Trucks on the radio with that magic sound, echoes of a time when love was all around. Caddies cruising down the Main Street lane, poodle skirts swirl like summer rain. Trucks watched on the radio with that magic sound, echoes of a time when love was all around. Oh, those days back in the golden light, everything felt so right, so bright.
A window can shine, since the image is the picture of love. I begin again, for a special morning comes as the image in the mirror appears. I hang on, for I will find the way to open the door to my life journey. I arrange the colors of my hair, but I'm still the person underneath. Empty minds are the life of emptiness of the souls. I build on my heart to feel emotion. Happiness is when I know that my choices are there to be lived with love. Bubble baths relax the body. I build my mind, then my soul will receive the gift of love from my heart. The mirror of my image is the woman that I see in the reflection when I begin to change me and not dance as a fool for others. There are worlds I can follow, but the spirituality of my soul comes first. I draw the fashions that will come to life from the sketches. To move the mind and body, the soul needs the dynamite of risking. My garden adds to the color of my living, since what is planted adds to my day. Black and whites need gray to be mixed, for life has choices and compromises. Being young was a game to play, but now I am an adult player of reality. Sing the words of love, know the name of me, and I will follow thee. The music that moves my man to me and me to him is the rhythm that is the touch of our hearts. Emotions are real and not to be stopped, but I need to know the label of each. The voice of my spirit can only react in serenity when the truth is in myself. I learned to pamper, but enrichingly. I get on with life, for there is a rainbow of colors that will be my pot of gold. I always know that I can trust and become a confidant to the heart, for the heart will find a way. pain gives me the courage to go beyond and search my soul. Many trains pass in my day of moments, for the station stops are many. A good man is hard to find, but a woman's soul that is owned will only be lost. Advice is given to me, but only my experiences can live it. I wait for the train and never watch if I need to be the rider. A rose can only bloom if watered. Rainy nights are a time for me to dream and do, for it's important to express the power of myself. I pass on the thoughts to the friends who will listen and be there for me. Positives build if I let go of negativity. Mystic thoughts are in my mind, for love is music when I find it, and yes, it can be a very fulfilling feeling. Water is so calming, I see it, for then I wade in the bath of serenity. I practice hard, for I'm an actor who will someday be famous. Lead roles are the things I say and do to add to my daily living. Smell the apple pie, smell nature's ways. See the leaves, so much in change. Many roots will intertwine with mine, but it is the soul in my garden that is very nurturing. Mark my world as I let him in to share my moments, for he's the man I choose to be with. I am a cloud, an ocean of moistness and freshness, floating and drifting with the flow of the wandering air through endless skies of deepest blue. Coffee time is to share with sisters so the pain will become less than numb. Passions flow within me, and yes, it is he that is a part of me. I learned from other sisters to use my hands to create the beauty of crafts.
gazes deep into the glass, her face an echo from the past, eyes that shine like morning dew, reflecting journey she's been through, whispers of her strength and grace, lines of laughter trace her face, in her smile 1,000 lights, dancing through her endless nights. Mirror, mirror on the wall, she stands resilient, never small, with every scar and every tear, her beauty sings, it's crystal clear. Hands that shaped a world anew, crafted dreams from skies so blue. Each little wrinkle tells a tale of a heart that's yet to fail. Silhouette in morning light, a warrior ready for the fight. Her shadow dances wild and free, with every breath she's just Marie. Mirror, mirror on the wall, she stands resilient, never small, with every scar and every tear, her beauty sings, it's crystal clear.
love story of the earth and moon.
I am thy moon, thy constant satellite, thy crystal paramour of day and night. Above and below and within thy sight, I whirl round you, my earth, in love's delight. In a gravitic dance I whirl and twirl, attracted to you, earth, liveliest world. Around you as a necklace I'm a swirl. Wear me as thy crystalline gem impearled. Wherever thou orbits round Apollo, I must twirl and whirl, hurry and follow. Dust I gather, meteors I swallow, ranging far and wide through space not hollow. Thy romantic beam, as Cupid's arrow, pierces my heart and kills my sorrow, injecting life and love for tomorrow. Henceforth I'll shine with this life I borrow. Around you I whirl, a necklace of pearl, trailing after images of my world, adorning you, thy bosom bountiful, with crystalline gems of another world.
O moon, thy earth would wobble like a top, with your steadying influence not, in turns quick of searing and freezing ruins, unto dying soon without you, O moon. As twin planets, our orbits must convolve. Into each our tidal motions dissolve. Around a common center we revolve, the focus from which our passions evolve. As twin planets each other's way we pave, with the push-pulse of the graviton wave. We are captured, but not as each other's slave, for to the sun our orbits are concave.
To your lines of flux my path I align. I'm your constant paramour, crystalline. Your world pours life on mine, dearest earth, I must be thine, must be thine. A gravitic beam emanates from thee, attracting me, holding me, kissing me. Tidal love washes freely over me, linking you and me for eternity. Basking warmly in your reflected light, I'm bright, oh so radiant in your sight. In the love and light of your spirit bright, I need not ever face the endless night. Your earth vibrations travel without a sound, circling from all directions to surround me, the moon. This affection touches me round and closely binds me to you. I'm love-bound.
We're as different as midnight and noon, yet drawn close by the force of earth and moon. As lovers we merge in a sweet eclipse, when world meets world as a kiss on our lips.
Oh, as your shadow of love covers me, I am full, so full in the shade of thee. When we overlap, that union is us. The you is in me, the me is in thee.
As earth and moon we bathe in radiance, cleansing our hearts in love's grand alliance. Around and around each other we dance, entranced by the whirl of our dalliance.
Oh, as your shadow of love covers me, I am full, so full in the shade of thee. When we overlap, that union is us. The you is in me, the me is in thee.
My blood runs warm with the sun's heat at noon. My spirit is swept by the swelling moon. Space surrounds us, the tides flow through us. Global rhythms are always playing our tune.
Oh, Earth, I know you love the moon. She wraps you in her silver gloom. A dance you've done since boom and bloom. Under the stars you softly swoon. She pulls your tides with gentle grace, reflects your light in darkened space. In cosmic waltz you both embrace, an endless night you two will chase. Round and round you spin so true, a love that's ancient, always new. Oh Earth, you know she loves you too, in skies of black and shades of blue. In shadow play when sun's away, whisper secrets in moonlit bay. You make
Higher consciousness. The three lower consciousnesses that are obsessed with the securing of objects, with the chasing of sensations, and with power and control will never ever be enough.
There are no actions of people that can justify our becoming irritable, angry, fearful, jealous, or anxious if we give them our unconditional love.
Stress is the difference between what we expect to happen and what does happen, especially when we put our needs ahead of others, often resulting in needless anger.
If we don't accept the unacceptable, then we lower our level of consciousness. Our response will mirror their uptightness, which can spread the bad moods onto others.
Conscious awareness, which can but witness, is a safe haven from which to observe the drama of our lives playing in our minds, granting us a sobering distance from it. From a safe, subjective place that's free of fear, our soul, our conscious awareness, can witness the strange thoughts and emotions that surface on the mind, sent by the subconscious brain.
Putting ourselves in the place of others when hurtful things are done to us expands our consciousness, compassion, and love, since we can come to know why they did it. When we converse with ourselves, it is our higher consciousness, our conscious awareness or I, that questions our lower consciousness impulses towards securing sensation and power.
Seeing the big picture of life and its stages and connections lets one not get annoyed, say, at being cut off in traffic, for he or she may be old, learning, lost, growing, or angry. Putting the needs of others ahead of our own produces the byproduct of happiness and reduces stress, for we no longer have unrealistic expectations.
Some fall for their thoughts, hook, line, and sinker conditioned responses, reflexes, or overwhelming emotions. Some spurious or ancient, planted by evolution or unbalanced. Emotions are slow to react to logic, like molasses or slow-forming crystals, or not at all, like rocks blocking them. Unless and until they change, progress halts.
Reason and emotion are hard to coordinate, each having a separate pathway to the mind. That, perhaps, is all there is to tell about the miseries and follies of human history.
From its safe subjective place that's free of fear, the higher self, our conscious awareness, can witness the strange thoughts and emotions that surface on the mind, sent there by the subconscious brain.
This detachment allows the thinking about a thought, without the thought itself trying to steal the show. We seize on life's phantom dream dimly seen, tremendous image, we must join thy scene. Aspiration sires realization, living out our dreams soon becomes routine. Daydreams pierce the noise of consciousness to reveal that which is best for us. Yes, mere aspiration halves realization. What we have now was once a dream, no less.
Throughout this day, we're living out the dream, drifting on air, aloft in the daybeam, causing, when condensing in night's dark stream, many more such wondrous dreams it doth seem. Soft and warm, the evening caresses us in gentle darkness and quiet stillness. Here we sense the sweep across the heartstrings, for we're undistracted by the day's bright noise. Just one drop of your tears washes away the darkest sorrow of my yesterday as we mingle in half-light dawn or dusk, for you are the night and I am the day.
Candles flicker, shadows go in the silent, sacred glow.
The evening primrose only in the night opens its cup to drink in the moonlight, then gazes round with silent love and smiles, much as we would upon a sleeping child. The gentle embrace of the evening flower mirrors our tender moments.
Stone walls whisper tales of old in the night so calm and cold. Voices rise in solemn prayer, echo in the stormy air.
Its phosphorescent light guides the flight of the flying creatures that love the night. It looks the swelling moon straight in the sight when they make love in the haunt of midnight. In the quiet of the night, love finds its own glowing path.
Forevermore. Ancient hymns in Latin sung, mystic words from every tongue. Peaceful reverence fills the whole, heaven's light.
Pleasant smelling scents lift your heart and mind. Essence of lotus, rose, amber, jasmine, night queen, myrtle, saffron, and sandalwood stimulate our inner spirit sublime. Such aromas, they awaken the soul and elevate our senses. Truly, they bring forth the essence of our deepest emotions.
Shadows throw, voices rise in solemn prayer, echo in the stormy air. Harmony from times of yore, echoes weaves forevermore. Ancient hymns in Latin sung, mystic words from every tongue.
To find yourself, lose yourself in the lover, for she will touch your being and therein share, gently unveiling your heart, soul, mind, and senses till there's nowhere to hide. You're found forever.
Peaceful reverence fills the whole, heaven's light no shadows thrall. Voices
Sensual bliss should not be a lost art, for the body is an integral part of the human being, joined with the spirit. Realize thyself with whole body and heart. Spontaneous, endearing acts allow dead yesterday and unborn tomorrow to be dropped from the calendar, for in the love temple there is only now.
in solemn prayer, echo in the stormy air. Harmony from times of yore, echoes weaves forevermore.
Our passions smolder like incense fuming, and burn brightly, the candle flames looming, waxing full as we consume the body, then rise as spirit smoke mushrooming.
Candle honesty in sound, every note so pure, profound, history in each riff.
Our passions smolder like incense fuming, and burn brightly, the candle flames looming, waxing full as we consume the body, then rise as spirit smoke mushrooming.
Soul's own song in sacred vein. Voices rise in solemn prayer, echo in the stormy air. Harmony.
Let the fruits of our lovemaking ripen by remaining in close union, so then energy and spirit can be reabsorbed. We'll blend in a mystical way. Amen.
Times of yore, echoes weaves forevermore. Candles flicker, shadows grow, in the silent sacred glow.
We never knew that love could be like this, a wonderland of peace, joy, and bliss. No, we never knew where we'd never been, that such a world could be found in a kiss.
Shadows dance in arching light, candles flicker in the light, voices rising pure and high, echoes drift across the sky.
I've never in either life or dream found anyone as alive as you who round me as a living presence glows and gives me youth, life, love, and a spirit newfound.
Whispers blend in ancient wars, silent prayers and whispered calls, melody of age and grace, softly flowing through the space, eclipsed in silence, hearts of...
We rise higher and higher, past cloud 9 through 7th heaven, to the golden shrine of love, where few might ever intertwine. For we let love build but never decline.
I'm in the quiet, souls entwine, harmony in whispers low, the timeless charge we all bestow. Through the darkness glimmers gleam, a sacred hush, a sacred...
I drink your wine into my tulip cup, as meanwhile the giver of life comes up. Petal by petal your rose wide unfolds, passions grow from the dew on which we sup.
Shadows a lantern glows, the sacred light that softly shows, guiding us through thoughts so deep, in a buried warmth we keep. Endless echoes, endless peace, in this stillness tension cease, the timeless soul, the lifelong quest.
Your scent is ripe and your name means nectar. Exotically blossoming I find you as I buzz my way into your flower, for I am the bee and you my partner. The rose is the flower that the bee cruises, meeting there the butterfly that love chooses. I unfold the petals of your blossom, then drink the nectar of love's sweet juices.
In the silence we're truly blessed. In silence, hearts align in the quiet, souls entwine, harmony in whispers low, a timeless charge we all bestow.
The tulip lifts her blushing cheeks to me, while wandering winds caress the rose tree. She wears a spring smile and pours dewy tea. Yes, I drink you long and deep into me.
Through the darkness glimmers gleam, a sacred hush, a sacred dream, resonance within the storm, a sacred song full of east.
My dearest, your wet lips' sensual pout draws me to the cooling well, in and out. Love's sensation touches us everywhere. At last, the sweet water puts the fire out.
Silent whispers through the halls, echo softly off the walls. Candles flicker gentle light in the sacred depth of night.
Lovely moment, come hither unto us. Embrace us then, expiring. Give birth to another just as sweet. You're ours, all ours, for you're giving us the times of our lives.
Shadows dance on ancient stone, voices blend a single tone, chants ascend to skies above.
We journey to our innermost bowers, savoring there the enchanting flowers, enjoying the rare visions empowered, those that speechless memory has devoured.
Filled with reverence and love, mystic dreams of hidden tales, time stands still as night prevails. Brothers gather hand in hand in this timeless holy land. Starlit sky through arched frames, nothing else.
Inhale the life force of the universe. Retain, visualize the scene, then traverse rivers, canyons, waterfalls, and oceans. Exhale the breath. You rule the universe.
Never stays the same. Eternal whispers call my name in the glow of sacred flame.
So it is that we the wise might hereby agree to live a being that is much more intense, to leap toward higher orders of actuality, to revel in the glories of this conscious life, to attain each minute a more euphoric joy, and to bring this radiance forth to all. The increased intensity of free experience, ever building and growing it. Amen. Here our secret garden, half as old as time, where poets live and write their words in rhyme, while the nightingale creates the rose by moonlit magic from their thoughts sublime.
And so begins our journey, in a place where imagination and nature intertwine.
The literary scenes unfold before us, such as music often approaches and surrounds, and then builds on the vibrance which in one is, to fill with beautiful visions and sounds.
Our quick thoughts rise, being mist from the dew, while living dreams unveil more than we knew. From poetry's light this garden grew, revealing mysterious wonders new.
A reflected bird crosses the glassy sky and passes water lilies floating on high, while waves ripple the leaves of mirrored trees. We meet at the looking glass when days die.
Our shadows are touching in the same shade. We embody in third dimension made. We kiss, drift, cross into each other's role. Spirits open, rainbows meld in our soul. In this mirrored world, reflections and shadows dance, revealing the unity of our spirits. In the water, our faces to us are shown, ones that sang all the songs the earth has known. It's yesterday's summer wanderers, free again to shine on the world we own.
Senses melt away, drip by drop by drip. Impressions flood the speechless spirit. Emotions flow free for the heart to read. Love draws us in. We dissolve in it.
Awash on our love-made shore, we overcome our senses, leaving them behind, unclaimed, and now float free, quenched in the sunset sea, basking in reflections of the scarlet flame.
Love in its purest form transcends all, leaving us to bask in its eternal glow.
Convince me, nature, that reason is right, that the strength of the heart is not in flight. I'll plunge into the depths of thought and love, and tell the spirit to defy the blight.
In the quiet moments, we seek nature's wisdom, questioning the balance between reason and the heart's true strength.
Together we sing in a fugal voice, for we live in two-part harmonic choice. We're opposite twins in love, a canon of chime in which we in unison rejoice.
Our fugal voices blend, part, join, and long weave in and out, the music sweeping strong. And onward, upward, inward, and outward until being is left to the spirit's song.
As voices merged in the canon packle bell, we speak as one like the knell to the bell. You saying what I think and vice versa, in tune, in unison, yet parallel.
Were it not folly, spider-like to spin, the thread of present life a way to win? What?
For ourselves, who know not if we shall breathe out the very breath we now breathe in.
To future columns we stretch our present row, by a lifeline of tenuously spun vow. Oh, how soon the weighted web begins to fail. The only real time under our feet is now.
Life's a web of whos, whys, whats, and hows stretched as time between eternal boughs. Gossamer threads bear the beads that glisten, each moment a sequence of instant nows.
No matter how one tries to shake from boughs the fruits of truth from the tree of noes, computation makes not yet the morrows. There's naught else but lone resultant nows.
Candles flicker, shadows grow. In the silent sacred glow, stone walls whisper tales of old. In the night so calm and cold, voices rise.
Days are the cyclic units of time's pearls, beads worn round in the necklace of the months. They distance themselves like night echoes into the rosary of the seasons.
In solemn prayer, echo in the stony air, harmony from times of yore, echoes weaves forevermore. Ancient hymns in Latin song.
Follow the path, past the rosebush's sight, where the forest opens to a shaft of light. Hear the flower beds, one with a lush of grass, where greenish light glows forth the hours will pass.
In the shadows of the stone walls gray, monks in silence kneel and pray. Candles flicker in the twilight's hold.
Hear the purest pitch, where the bluebirds sing, where the lilacs ne'er know it isn't spring, where heaven's eternity bides its time, where all woes and troubles have taken wing.
Ancient whispers tales of old, ancient whispers tales of old. Echoes in the cloistered halls, follow the path past the rose bushes sight, where the forest opens to a shaft of light. Hear the flower beds one with a lush of grass, where greenish light glows forth the hours will pass. Hear the purest pitch where the bluebirds sing, where the lilacs ne'er know it isn't spring, where heaven's eternity bides its time, where all woes and troubles have taken wing. Mystic dreams of hidden tales, time stands still as night prevails. Brothers gather hand in hand in this timeless holy land.
Here the grapevines ne'er toll their final knell, ere they pour ruby nectar in life's dell, an idol where we're the cups to be filled to the brim, to spill, quenched and drenched so well.
Sacred calls, chants arise to skies so high, mystery sung under a heavenly sky. In this monastery's secret heart, voices blend to form their art. Harmony with endless grace resonates in time and space.
A book of verses underneath the bough, a jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and thou beside me singing in the wilderness, O wilderness were paradise enow. Have we gourds, bread, and a leg of mutton, while writing verse in the wilderness yon? O tulip cheeks, lovelier than the moon, it treats beyond the bounds of a sultan.
Hear the grapevines mad toll their final knell, ere they pour ruby nectar in life's dell. An ideal wherewith the cups to be filled, to the brim to spill, quenched and drenched so well. A book of verses underneath the bowl, a jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and thou beside me singing in the wilderness. Oh, wilderness were paradise enow.
She shines well beyond the radiant dome, and she curves as gracefully as a poem, like a gift of orange roses wrapped with bows. She's the eternal present, heir at home.
The thirsty sun raises the morn's dewdrops and sculpts a mist, forming clouds of airdrops. Long the world lies dry in afternoon's beam, till quenching darkness cries forth its teardrops.
What fires burn, what flares radiate and rise, passioned here, connecting us to the skies beyond all ken, as flames that ne'er lessen. Oh, Mother Nature outdid herself this prize.
In heaven the pleasure drums beat like rain, or so 'tis claimed to relieve mortal pain. But we needn't pay for promise beyond, here from life's currency weave the same.
Above us, the branches slowly sway and fan away the little creatures that try to land. The trickling waters play tinkling lullabies while flocks of returning geese fly the skies. She is sweet, soft, and inconsumably wild as she lies beside me, like a sleeping child. Her quiet breathing stirs not the wooded scene, as she rests silently on the forest green. I caress her tresses in romantic rhythm to the contented sighs she sends toward heaven. We slumber where the grass fledges the stream, half awake or asleep in love's peaceful dream.
Throughout the day, we sit beside a brook, reading with life its most wonderful book, then sleep with each other in a sweet nook. And this of her and me was all it took. So here we lay in the embrace of love, and in our intensity lose track of the world around, and are surprised to look and see beside us a rabbit and a dove.
In the soil we shared, these flowers we chose: truth, tulip; goodness, lily; beauty, rose. Nurtured with care, they yet wave to and fro. Storms can't scatter the flowers that love grows.
Like living lenses, we mirror our love. In feedback loops, images spiral above, echoing as infinite reflections that fill up the scene. That's what love's made of. Success blossoms out of a thoughtful dream, grown from seeds of what life to one would seem, then bears forth fruit, healthy and delicious, in the garden watered by a wishing stream.
In the shadows of the stone walls gray, monks in silence kneel and pray. Candles flicker in the twilight's hold. Ancient whispers tales of old. Ancient whispers tales of old. Echoes in the cloistered halls softly hum through sacred calls. Chants arise to skies so high, mystery sung under a heavenly sky. In this monastery's secret heart,
Poetry makes immortal what is best in life. It frees images of dreams impressed, apprehends the vanishing phantasms, and sends them forth in fine words, fully dressed.
A poem is a truth fleshed in living words, which by showing unapprehended proof, lifts the veil to reveal hidden beauty. It's life's image drawn in eternal truth.
A poem is both the thought and the presence, an object born from one's profoundest sense, an image of diction, feeling, and rhythm. It's both the existence and the essence.
Poetry makes clear what's just barely heard, for it translates soul language into words, whereas music plays right on the heartstrings. Merged, they create song. Heart and soul converge.
Poems are renderings of the soul's spirit, the highest power of language and wit. The reader then translates back to spirit. If the soul responds, then a poem you've writ.
Poems echo the soul's vocabulary, being just a shadow of what's primary. But once ideas have been fully grasped, mere words are no longer necessary.
Poems are renderings of the soul's spirit, the highest power of language and wit. The reader then translates back to spirit. If the soul responds, then a poem you've writ.
Poems echo the soul's vocabulary, being just a shadow of what's primary. But once ideas have been fully grasped, mere words are no longer necessary.
Here's a romantic puzzle for fun. Tell me, how much is 1 plus 1?
Well, I know it could not be 2 because if the question was that easy, you wouldn't be asking it of me to do.
True, what do we two add up to?
Now I know. Before we met, we were each as one, isolated each in our vocation and studies with little fun. But now we're worth much more together unlone than we could ever be alone. We add up to even more than 2 lone, because we are each an input to the other's zone, sharing our minds, hearts, souls, and senses giving, and that synergy accounts for the extra quantity of living. And it doesn't stop there, since, as we each improve, we can give that much more in return, to move to the other, and to the world in turn.
And we'll add up to even more return. It is proof, my dear, verily. 2 people together are greater surely than 1 plus 1 alone, really.
In this life of mine, love never would have happened had I continued the way I was going. I never had time for life's beauty. I couldn't even read a verse, or so I thought duly. I was too busy for friends or giving. You might say that life was lost in the living. Now I've simplified it, I've started anew, I've reversed it.
And now, my partner, what more could we ask for?
We have it all and even more.
Yes, we have sunshine, breezes, love, adventure, water, the good earth, friendship, all of nature. All of the elements are there. Life is a mixture of earth, fire, water, and air.
Earth is a garden, an oasis in space, a world of boundless beauty and grace. One might search in vain the heaven's space for the equal of the earth's place, but never find it anywhere or any place.
You've discovered me at a good time, darling. I was once all caught up with technical whirlings, quite the stern classicist Sterling, droning onward toward mechanical perfection. Then I swung too far in the other direction, becoming an opiate romanticist as my option, drowning in its amazement and stupefaction.
Didn't we all?
Then I eventually learned that the path was not this way or that, but of a joined direction, one that combines romanticism and classicism.
Ah yes, all things are interrelated together, and thus must melt into one another. Nothing can really be isolated as on a shelf, completely separated from anything else.
Here we are on the Earth, the third planet more, situated between those opposites of love and war. Here on Earth we live in a perfect state of balance, although it is a state that's rather delicate. We're a blend of war and peace, passion and reason's lease, sobriety and drunkenness, adventurousness and foolishness, violence and forgiveness. That is our life, no less. Oh, it's such a tenuous state of awareness.
We must walk the tightrope, the test, balancing there, nevertheless, between the foolish and the reckless. It's the point between up and down, the point between day and sundown, as that of half-light dusk or dawn. Indeed, the greatest blunder in this life done is to continually fear that you might make one.
Your passion is so reasonable in this state of awareness, Abel.
And your reasoning is so passionate.
Yes, there is a beast within us live, but it helps us to survive. It is the reason that we dance and dreamest, the reason that we feel and live with zest. It makes us push and try and climb the crest.
Without this beast within us named, life would be so boringly tame.
We'd be perfect angels, but we wouldn't be us.
So, all's right with the world's quiz, just the way it is. Let's lay back on the land, looking at the night sky again. See there, the moon is in a conjunction with Venus. I can hear them speaking. Listen.
I am the moon, representing cold, chaste reason, with logic's cool season, Venus. Quench thy inner fire, fool, lest it destroy us and all the heavens rule.
I am Venus, goddess of love and passion, answering what is cool. I only know what I feel, not why, fool. So I must be the one to rule.
Don't confuse me with feelings.
And don't confuse me with facts. I guess we can't always understand each other's laws. I must finally admit, after a long pause, having reasoned it out, the cause.
You have feelings I could never understand as real. I have reasons you could never feel.
Let us try our best to temper each other's flair and flare, and then let's take it from there. Otherwise, some of your decisions would be heartless, nonetheless.
And sometimes your actions will be illogical, answers me, the moonlit prodigal.
But I'll still do what I feel is right, and sometimes you can tell me why, that fuss, although it may not always matter to us.
Okay, we'll try to work together. Peace to you of no plan. Perhaps I'm beginning to understand this thing called feeling whole. Perhaps emotions play a large role in making decisions told.
All that lies between. Empires come and go. Sultan after sultan rises to the throne. But after they're gone and briefly known, the summer still blooms with the rose, and still the water in the river flows. It is all that lies between energy's dispersion from the beginning to the end, it seems.
It is a beauty and a brilliance flashing up in its destructance, for everything isn't here to stay its best. It's merely here to die in its sublimeness.
Like slow fires making their brands, it breeds, yet ever consumes and moves on as more it feeds, then spreads forth anew this unpurposed dispersion, an inexorable emergence with little reversion, ever becoming of its glorious excursions through the change that patient time restrains, and feasting upon the glorious decayed remains in its progressive march through losses for gains.
The deepest structure of change is but decay, although it's not the quantity of energy, say, that causes decay, but the quality, for it strays.
Energy that is localized is potent to effect change, and in the course of causing change it ranges, spreading and becomes chaotically distributed, losing its quality but never of its quantity rid.
The key to all this, as we will see, is that it goes through stages we, and so it doesn't disperse all at once, as might one's paycheck inside of a month.
This harnessed decay results not only for civilizations, but for all the events going forth in the world and the universe beyond. It accounts for all discernible change of all that ever gets so rearranged. For the quality of all this energy declines, the universe unwinding as a spring. The quality of energy meant is of its dispersal's extent. When it is totally precipitate, it destroys, but when its gate is geared through chains of events, it can produce civilization's tenets.
Ultimately, energy naturally, spontaneously, and chaotically disperses, causing change irreversibly.
It is all of the necessitated restraint, for it ever takes time the scene to paint, as such as in the unfolding of a leaf, the endurations for any stepping feet, as of the emergence of consciousness and the paused ends of energy's restlessness, as of the controlled consequence of collapse, rather than one that's wholly precipitous.
So now all is known of our heres and nows within this parentheses of the eternal bow, as well as the why and how of it all has come, and of our universe's end, but that others become.
Out of energy's dispersion and decay of quality comes the emergence of growth and complexity.
For a while there, I gave up on life. Before I found program and before I knew myself and loved myself for who I was. At first, I was angry at the loss of love, which led me to the avoidance and hatred of the one thing that I did want, love and security. Yes, it's a strange paradox. And once I'd given up on life, I began to die a little more each day. Other relationships came, but there was always fear before and guilt after. The whole scene but a downward spiral from which I could not recover.
Me too. For a while I retreated from the game, to the sidelines where I could neither win nor lose and lived, if you could call it that, in that gray safety zone that knows neither suffering nor enjoyment. Neither victory nor defeat, where the air was unchanging and stifling.
I know, Peter, I know.
And I've learned since then that one must either love or love not. There is no safe middle ground, just round and round like an amusement park ride, apparently safe in the self-made berm and bunker. But in reality, trapped by all the dizzying sights and sounds.
So then what did you do?
I discovered that life was a two-sided coin. The barrier that kept me in was the same one that kept love out. I used support programs and books like Do It to see an emotional duality as well. I realized that the other side of fear was excitement. That excitement was exactly the same feeling as fear. That excitement was fear turned inside out. and that I could, for example, give a presentation at a meeting, which once might have been a fearful thing, but was now exciting since I was on center stage and had the whole audience hanging on my every word. Then I looked at the other side of my hurt and saw that it reminded me of where caring had gone. It was my unconditional gift to another human being, and then the hurt suddenly had meaning. As for my anger, I turned its energy to my advantage, like a judo expert, redirecting the force of another's attack, and used the energy for change to move forward. Soon I was happy and singing and looking forward to my next experience, and here it is, and here you are. I found a joy in you, Angelina, one that carries me through the workday to where I must soon go forth.
Okay, I'll be short. That's the key, she continued. Joy is everything. With joy, one can survive all sorts of duties and whatnot. Joy is the background radiation that is always there no matter what the chore. In fact, the word joy doesn't even have an opposite.
Unjoy?
Nice try, but as you can see and feel, there is no end to joy. Also, note that there's even a word that means more joy.
Enjoy.
Yes, good Peter. Joy never ends but can only go higher, for the repetition enhances it. Do you know the word?
Rejoice.
Great. Joy is uplifting and keeps you afloat no matter what. It cannot be dampened, even while you're working hard or during an illness. It's always there and never lets you sink.
Joy's a buoy.
Good. And when two people want to give joy to each other, they
join.
Wonderful, Peter. How do you know all these word sounds?
I'm a poet and a philosopher in a past life.
You do seem so familiar to me.
I have to go to work now, I guess.
Your I guess is my opening. Stay with me today. It is time.
Yes, I must be with you. It is true, but where?
The barn down the lane, it has a hayloft.
No one uses it.
Not for a long time. Let's go.
Time's blast of entropy, time, air gray with age, hurled its changes then, gainst existence's rock, time and time again, the entropic seas laying bare the sands, yet life was preserved via nature's wands. Still, the waves of the ancient swells of time's relentless tides sweep ever on. Anon, as we, soon gray and hoary with age, ever onwards bear forth the ashen chain.
The charge is ever sand, pale and colorless, that which drives the universe to its death, that force born to summon decay so endless, gainst nature's paradise every day.
Reminiscences have greatly weathered, but some tendencies seldom wither, for there in the woven mists of time yesteryear yet appears in our clime.
Time and time again, time feeds all upon in its bloodless, white, and waxen way, yet our everlasting rose would not fade, its luster even brightening by the day. Time and time again, time feeds all upon in its bloodless, white, and waxen way, yet our everlasting rose would not fade, its luster even brightening by the day. In tropic seas air denuded the mountains, but our enduring flower never-endingly has cast deathly time aside. For now, ceaselessly somehow thriving on, ere unsuccumbing to the sickly peaked state drawn the life away, gaining its seemingly perpetual permanence. From the undying light of life's glorious dance,
as through that is of the imperishable, its flame of beauty air inextinguishable, forever celebrated as immutable, deathless, ne'er created, ungenerated. Dissolving the mysteries of consciousness. Consciousness is a brain process. It cannot float around in space by itself. Every so-called thing is a process, an event, some of which may continue for a long time, like a tree or the sun. The content in consciousness correlates to what the brain has already analyzed and produced in the subconscious, this neural voting being quick, but not instant, taking about 300 to 500 milliseconds. So, consciousness is not live, but a kind of tape-delayed broadcast, ever showing the just past. Thus, consciousness does not cause anything right then and there, for it arrives too late in the process. This rather tricks us into thinking that consciousness is in control, as directly causal. The consciousness brain process is ever ongoing. Other interested brain areas will respond with their products, and so it goes, even into long ruminations. Conscious is compositional. It is structured with many phenomenological distinctions. It is intrinsic, as one's own, as independent. It is informational, as particular and specific. It is integrated and whole, as unified and no longer reducible. It is exclusive, as having definite content, no more and no less. It is subjectively felt. In addition to the referral already mentioned, there is mental unity, as experienced as a unified field, whereas its sources are all over the brain. There are qualia, as the felt qualities of sensory consciousness. It has continuity, as the seamless stitching of the ongoing changing contents. Mental causation, How can consciousness itself, right then and there, an intangible, unobservable, and fully subjective entity, cause material neurons to direct behaviors that change the world? Subconscious brain analysis, taking 300 to 500 milliseconds to complete, is all done and finished in its result before consciousness gets hold of the product. Consciousness has uses and advantages over such as reflexes or all-purpose schemes. For it grants flexibility of reaction, as we're better able to react to conscious content in our further subconscious decisions beyond just the automatic reflex-like responses triggered by non-conscious content. There's focus, as selective attention allows the brain to focus its activity on what's important, so that our subconscious decisions can attend to that foremost. It grants evaluations. The feelings make one aware of what is good or bad, from both emotions and logic. It grants survival value, as complex decisions are possible. We have behavioral flexibility, as unlimited associated learning combines multiple cues into a single perception. There's discrimination, making small perceptual differences possible, such as between good and poisonous food. For diversification of species, such as in the Cambrian explosion, and a kind of evolutionary arms race in finding new ways to avoid detection, spurring predators to become more sophisticated. Beauty appears, such as plants evolving colorful flowers to attract pollination. For actionizing is the pondering of the consequences of scenarios before committing to action. There is reality out there, for sure. We have senses to take it in, as pure. The brain paints a useful face upon it, such as colors for wave frequencies, etc.
Consciousness is ever a brain process, one which can be halted nevertheless by anesthesia, poison, or drugs, a blow to the head, a feint, or by sleep. Change the brain and consciousness changes too. Take drugs and the emotions change anew. Damage the brain and the mind's damaged too. Consciousness emerges only from the brain. In identifying consciousness, we often confuse what is floating in the stream of consciousness with the water itself. Thus, we note not the sea in which we see. The brain interprets reality and puts a face on the waves of sound, light, color, touch, and a sense on molecules smell and taste. Consciousness is the brain's perception of itself. Consciousness mediates thoughts versus outcomes and is distributed all over the body, from the nerve spindles to the spine to the brain, a way to actionize without moving. Physics describes well the extrinsic causes, while consciousness exists just for itself, as the intrinsic, compositional, informational, whole, and exclusive, as the distinctions toward survival, though causing nothing except in itself, as in ne'er doing but only as being, leaving intelligence for the doing.
The posterior cortex holds correlates, for this is the only brain region that can't be removed for one to still retain consciousness, it having feedback in it. Thusly, it presents a unified whole, and this whole forms consciousness directly, a process fundamental in nature, or it's the brain's own symbolic language. The whole can also be well spoken of to communicate with others, as well as globally informing other brain states, for non-conscious states know not what's been formed. As once we were, our presence full, beheld spirit, body, heart, and mind so in meld. As more than the parts, we become the whole, human beings living lives unparalleled.
And quit of mercy's hope and fear of law, we're freed from earth and water, fire and air.
Of hitherto I know not, but am whither going willy-nilly, whence all there is to knowing. Hence thither I go on hither flowing, to find myself flowing free, all from not knowing. Above us, fires burn the stars away. Below us, the earth turns under our feet. Within us, unworded dreams haunt the soul. Around us, night pours blackness on the ground.
Silent whispers through the halls echo softly off the wall.
I love the dark, and that we are the arc inside the light that makes our love to spark. Undisturbed by the day's bright noise, I sing, sensing its soft sweep across my heartstring.
Candles flicker gentle light in the sacred depth of night. Shadows dance on ancient stone.
1,000 starry goblets fill the sky, so we can taste heaven's drink when we die. This is only man's tale, so drink today. The stars shine on, heedless of where we lie.
Voices blend a single tone, chants ascend to skies above, filled with reverence and love. Mystic dreams of hidden tales, time stands still as night prevails. Brothers gather hand in hand.
What the meaning to this play were befit, from dirt to dust within the script that's writ.
The wise in search have thrown themselves to waste. Experience alone is the benefit.
In this timeless holy land, starlit sky through arched frames, nothing ever stays the same. Eternal whispers call my name.
Starlight is the origin of our being, the source of matter, energy, everything. Permanent, reassuring, unquenchable. It's our radiant soul, the self-winding mainspring.
Glow of sacred flame, mystic dreams of hidden tales, time stands still as night prevails.
Look at the stars in the depths of the night. Hold their flames in your mind, keeping them bright. Their power flows, energizing you from the eternal charger. You see the light.
Tales, time stands still as night prevails. Brothers gather hand in hand in this timeless holy land. Voices rise like morning dew, every heart's a faithful crew, bound together past and new in these.
Soul to soul the rays reveal, I'm the light, thy spirit's sight, a beauty bold and bright, an inspiration come from darkest night, a newborn star aglow with insight.
Mystic dreams of hidden tales, time stands still as night prevails. Brothers gather hand in hand in this timeless holy land.
Of stars, those lights of dark eternity, there's one that shines bright for you and me. Photons race the sky across, shedding light, enlivening, illuminating humanity.
Voices rise like morning dew.
O thee of thine, whence comes this life of mine? I wish to thank you for this living wine. O nature, father time, guiding star, thanks for throwing me this earthly lifeline.
Close to the secret kept, where ancient voices softly wept, by candlelight in halls of stone. The chant begins, the words unknown. Echoes dance in vaulted air, a sacred hymn, a whispered prayer. Through corridors of tiny threads, a tapestry of souls long dead. In constellations lost in night, mystic tunes take silent flight. Whispers of the cloister rise, veiled echoes of the wise. Beneath the arches cold and grand, an unseen quiet takes its stand. A spectral song, a hidden plea, a ritual of mystery. Ancient scrolls and cryptic signs guard the secrets of the mind. In the twilight of the nave is the chant that spirits crave. Locked in shadows out of sight, they summon spirits with their light. In this chapel dark and old, mysteries of time unfold.
How long is a Chinaman?
Yes, he is.
How can I make our old car run better?
Inquire about the price of a new one. In God we trust.
Others pay cash.
In heaven they play harps.
And in hell they play accordions. I spend a lot of time thinking about the hereafter. I go somewhere to get something and then wonder what I'm here after.
Man who run in front of car get tired. Man who run behind car get exhausted.
What is the longest sentence in the English language? I do.
I now pronounce you man and strife, woman and robot man, Mr. Right and Miss Perfect, until his warranty expires or he needs parts.
Love may be blind, but marriage is a real eye-opener.
When marriage is outlawed, only outlaws will have in-laws.
If you try to fail and succeed, which have you done?
It may be that your whole purpose in life is to serve as a warning to others.
If everything is coming your way,
then you're in the wrong lane. Never put off until tomorrow
what you can forget forever.
Can I help you?
No, I'm beyond help.
Always remember that you, just like everyone else, are unique.
Then we're all the same! Can I have a smoke?
Don't make an ash of yourself. It's January 1st. I'll give you 1 day to stop drinking.
All right, I'll take the 4th of July. Don't get even.
Get odd. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
But 3 lefts do.
2 wrongs are only the beginning.
If you must choose between 2 evils, pick the one you've never tried before.
There's a fine line between fishing and just standing on the shore like an idiot. The time will come when women will get men's wages next Saturday night. Do you love me enough to die for me?
No, mine is an undying kind of love.
Since light travels faster than sound, isn't that why some people appear bright until you hear them speak?
I was such a bad kid that my house ran away from me.
And the rest of your neighborhood too.
Congratulations, you have won a free annual trip around the sun on Spaceship Earth.
It is always darkest just before it gets pitch black.
If at first you don't succeed, destroy all evidence that you tried.
A conclusion is the place where you got tired of thinking. Experience is something you don't get until just after you need it.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite criticism. My uncle had his face lifted,
How did they do it?
with a piece of rope around his neck.
What's your greatest work of fiction?
My last income tax return. What part of the car causes the most accidents?
The nut that holds the wheel.